Imagine this, you're filming a scene in the middle of Venice, reading off of your script, setting up the perfect shot, when suddenly you notice something weird. A giant tower, leaning just slightly off. Now, most people would just shrug and move on, but not you, because you, my friend, are a creative video wizard, and in that moment, you have a choice: stick to the script or do something completely unexpected. And that is exactly what happened to me. And let me tell you, going off script was the best decision that I could possibly take in that moment. As a freelance video creator, your greatest tool isn't just your camera or your editing software. It's your ability to think on your feet. Creativity isn't something that waits for the perfect moment. It sneaks up on you when you least expect it. And when it does, you have to be open to it. In Venice, I was filming a simple line for my previous video, which I'll link somewhere. Don't know exactly the corner yet, but don't click on the card just yet. You need to watch this video first. So I was filming, sticking to the script, when I noticed the tower leaning in the background. Now, instead of ignoring it, I saw an opportunity. What if I used VFX to straighten it in post-production? Wouldn't that make the video more fun and memorable? And guess what? It did. And this isn't just a one-time thing. Some of the best YouTubers, filmmakers, and content creators live by this rule: stay flexible and use what's around you. A lot of the most iconic shots in movies weren't planned. They happened in the moment. Take guerrilla filmmaking, for example. If you're working solo or with a small team, you won't always have the budget, the time, or the permission to control everything. And that is why you have to think on your feet. Now, here's a trick. When you're on location, take a few minutes to scan your environment and ask yourself, what's unique about this place? Are there cool reflections, movements, or patterns? Is there something funny, unexpected, or visually striking about the place? Sometimes it's not about adding effects in post, it's about capturing magic as it happens. A bird flying in the perfect moment, a street performer walking through your shot, the golden hour light hitting just right. If you're locked into a rigid plan, you might miss these golden opportunities. So how do you train yourself to be more flexible and creative on the spot? Well, here are some practical tips. 1. Loosen up your shot list. Having a plan is great, but leave room for improvisation. Give yourself 10-15 minutes per location just to experiment. If you just don't have those 10-15 minutes to spare, you could use Google Maps Street View and do it in pre-production. The second tip: use your surroundings. Objects in the background can be used to add depth, humor, and an unexpected twist to your shot. Make the most of what you have. Next, engage with the unexpected. If something surprising happens, just roll with it. React naturally and make it part of the story. Don't get pissed off that it wasn't part of your perfect plan. 4. Have backup ideas. Think of your main shot, but also alternate angles or creative takes that could be fun. And lastly, trust your instincts. If something feels like it could work, give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen? You don't use the footage. But the best that could happen, you create something truly unique. For me, it was fixing the tower and telling Venetians that they're welcome. Stupid? Yeah, maybe. Still funny though. And if there are some of you who want to know how I did the effect, it was pretty straightforward. The footage was shot on the DJI Pocket 3 in 4K. I took a screenshot and then I cut out the tower in Photoshop and part of the building in front of it, which was covering its lower part. I used generative fill to fill in the sky behind the tower, and now I was ready to move on into After Effects. The first thing I did was to track the camera as it wasn't static. I imported the Photoshop layers at the exact frame from where I took the screenshot, and from there I just animated the rotation of the tower at the right moment. And for a bit of extra fun, I added the smoke to show that moving a stone tower has its consequences. And to blend the static images into the footage, I added some grain to match what was already there. And voila! Moving tower. So here's the takeaway. When you're out filming, don't just look at what's in your script. Look at what's around you. Be open to ideas that come in the moment. Some of the best, most creative shots happen when you embrace spontaneity. Because sometimes the magic isn't just in the plan. It's in the things you never planned at all. So go out there, film something awesome, and if you see a leaning tower, you know what to do.